Hi everyone, this is the first of my Logic streams. Basically, this is something that I thought about doing just to kind of show you how I make tracks in Logic. It's kind of interesting because I really first started using Logic since the beginning of COVID. Before that, I used GarageBand to make music. I'm by no means a professional musician. I basically learned Logic by myself throughout the course of the pandemic. Now I feel like I'm pretty decent at it. Of course, I'd love to hear if anyone comes across this video who's like a professional Logic audio engineer and tell me, things I'm doing absolutely horribly wrong. This is just meant to kind of, be a fun way for me to start creating music on my own, and also for anyone out there who's kind of starting out with Logic, who's not really like doing this professionally, just kind of see somebody else getting it done. And also, I'm here to talk about a piece of music that I really enjoy, which is 5 a.m. from Animal Crossing New Horizons. If you haven't listened to it already, I put the link in the description box, and I just think it's like a really nice, just very dreamy song, like really relaxing, and I just really enjoy listening to it. And there's a lot of really interesting production tricks that happen in the song that I'll try to kind of mimic in my creation of a new track that will be kind of based off of 5 a.m. So here we go. I think the first thing that I wanted to do was just kind of get a little rhythm in. Usually I feel like I would start with chords. I feel like this really necessitates maybe having that kind of shaker rhythm in the background, just thing, I want to be pretty laid back. I really like Logic's drummer function. You can just kind of like mess around and find these beats that you like. I really, really love the songwriter and Latin percussion drum sets. I think these are so fun and great, and I just use this so much. So this is kind of something that I settled on. The next thing is probably putting down an electric piano melody. I've got my keyboard out. Let's just try recording something. I kind of like that second take a little bit better because it's just simpler, I feel like the melody in 5 a.m. is just very simple. It makes good use of kind of like the rests. You just have a lot of empty space, right? It's not like very ornate or anything. So I'll go ahead and pick the second take, and then I'm going to flatten, which I think gets rid of the first take, and we're gonna quantize. So I think the next part that I want to put in is just kind of those, I don't even know how to describe it. It kind of sounds like horns, but it might be like a string like a string instrument, but it just kind of grows like wah, wah. This might take a little bit of time for me to figure out what kind of sound this is, but just woodwinds. Oh my God, no. I'm a little bit stumped here, so keyboard, accordion. Alright, so after some digging around, I feel like the thing that is almost doing it for me, this is not really close at all, actually, but it's getting there, is this classic brass pad. But I feel that it's a little bit too synthy. Like, I want it to be a little bit more natural sounding, and I'm not really quite sure how to achieve this. I'm gonna play around with maybe the type of wave. Literally I could just put like a high cut. Let's take a look at actually some of these presets. Yeah, so what I ended up doing is I went back to the classic brass pad. I'm in the synthesizer panel now, And honestly, all I really did was basically I've turned off these two oscillators. So now I've only got this one oscillator here set on the triangle mode. And I kind of like this sound. I don't think this is exactly right, but we're not trying to aim for exact, really. We're just kind of trying to, be inspired by the piece and see what we can make. So I think the one thing that we could do, though, is just add a little bit more reverb to this. So it looks like this has already been bussed to bus 3 or sent. I'm gonna make a lot of terminological errors, so bear with me. I want to do like outdoor spaces like that. I feel like that sounds right. Cave drums, woods. Let's turn this up a little bit. The only other thing is I want to have a slower attack, right? Kind of be like wah instead of wah. So let's see what we can do here. It's a little bit embarrassing. This is really the first time that I've actually really looked through this ES2 synth. So let's see. I'm just kind of messing around here, but I increased the attack of envelope 3 by a lot and kind of set this envelope number 2 to around here. Kept this one the same, and I kind of like the way that this sounds. I'm, just guessing, and just messing around with the controls, and I got to a sound that I like. So let's just give it a whirl. Alright, that sounded pretty good. I feel there's too much movement in the synth. So let's just try that one more time. I think I'm a little bit happier with that one. So let's do this. The next thing I'm going to do is literally just add some piano chords. I feel like it just seems right for this mood, and I want to fill in kind of the spaces between, when the synth is just kind of building up. I like Yamaha. Why not? Oh, I like that. I like this. I think I might edit some of these notes here, so loop this around. It's a little bit loud. And once again, I want to add a little bit more reverb. I think this is a little bit too loud. Maybe get rid of that even. Get rid of the tambourine. I think the final instrument that I could really detect in 5 a.m. was the guitars, so we'll try to just put down a couple guitar notes. Maybe even strum a couple chords. We'll see how that sounds. So as I was just messing around on my guitar, I kind of came up with this kind of neat idea where the guitar will kind of repeat the sort of piano line, but like a beat after the piano comes in, so it's a little bit of like a canon. So let's... Alright, let's see how that sounded. It tends to come in recorded a little bit early, so I like to use the nudge feature to kind of set it to right a little bit. Honestly, I might go to flex tempo and just quantize this monophonic. Here we go. Yeah, that'll be pretty easy. So Ooh, that sounded really bad. So let's maybe do 40. I want to get rid of that transient. All right, maybe I'll go with pan. Maybe I'll go pan this a little bit. Sounds a little better. And then pan this to the left. I almost don't want to add any more to this. I feel like this feels very good. I feel like a lot of what's interesting about that piece is really the effects. So I think what I'll end up doing is probably add kind of a second half to this, like, you know, more of a chorus or another verse, if you can call it that. And then, yeah.